the city of Townsville. And today I will be talking about today's topic Thursday, the Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff 97 asks, if you were to write an episode where the girls do a tunnel pole trench with Blossom on top, Bubbles in the middle, and Buttercup on the bottom, what would be their reason for doing it, and how well would the act go? Their reason could possibly be that they'll need to be subtle with their approach for a new villain. I imagine the act would go well at first, but when the villain says something that makes Buttercup really angry, she would burst into action. Favorite and least favorite episode from each season. Season 1, favorite, Mine for a Change. Least favorite, Powerpuff Bluff. Season 2, favorite, The Powerpuff Girls' Best Rainy Day Adventure Ever. Least favorite, Schoolhouse Rocked or A Very Special Blossom. Season 3, favorite, Meet the Beat-Alls. Least favorite, Town and Out. Season 4, favorite, Power Lunch or All Shocked Up. Least favorite, Not announced. Season 5, favorite, Powernoia. Least favorite, Toast of the Town. Season 6, favorite, Made Up Story. Least favorite, Night Mayor. Are there any one-shot villains that stood out to you either in a good way or a bad way? Two in particular, and they both came from the same episode airing. The Boogeyman from Boogie Frights, and Abracadabra from the episode of the same name. The Boogeyman because he's charismatic, groovy, and he's voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, one of my favorite voice actors. Abracadabra, on the other hand, is seriously creepy. The voice that Frank Welker gave him sends shivers down my spine. To this day, I'm still baffled that these two didn't team up for a Powerpuff Girls Halloween special. Favorite pop culture reference in the series? I would say all of the ones from Meet the Beatles. If it wasn't for this episode, I wouldn't have become a Beatles fan. Do you think there should have been an episode where Bubbles' tummy growled due to hunger? And how might she have reacted to it? Maybe, and I imagine it would have been cute. She would have probably said something like,
"Oh, sounds like all that crime fighting made my tummy empty."
Would you say that the girls' personalities are a lot like fusions of the main six from MLP FIM? Blossom is Twilight/Rarity, Bubbles is Fluttershy/Pinkie Pie, and Buttercup is AJ/RD. I would say more like the Cutie Mark Crusaders, since that was deliberate from Lauren Fass's part. Apple Bloom is Blossom, Sweetie Belle is Bubbles, and Scootaloo is Buttercup. If the rumors about Craig McCracken reviving the series are true, are you looking forward to seeing it? Maybe, but I don't think the reopen is going to happen now that Tom Kane, the original voice of Professor Utonium, passed away. Drummond asks, since there was word of a CW take on the Powerpuff Girls, mind you very different in terms of everything, would you be interested in the series if it wasn't booted? Absolutely not! Thoughts on the reboot? Short answer, it sucked. I guess thoughts on the cast choices for the reboot? The voices for the girls are fine, but I prefer the actresses in other roles, like Amanda Layden as Polly Planter from Amphibia, Natalie Palamides as Fulger from Star Wars The Forces of Evil, and Kristen Lee as Tannis from the OKKO episode Monster Party. This was understandable considering her original voice actress, Patty Maloney, was retired at the time. I still think it's interesting that most of the other actors were able to reprise their roles, especially Chuck McCann doing his voices as the Amoeba Boys one last time. Which were you introduced to first, movie or cartoon show? The cartoon show, of course. Official Cruise Ship Studio asks, favorite episodes in your top 5? How about top 5 least favorites? Do you have a favorite villain of the series? Listing the episodes I stated earlier. Favorites, 5, All Shocked Up, 4, Powernoia, 3, Meet the Beatles, 2, The Powerpuff Girls' Best Rainy Day Adventure Ever, 1, Mime for a Change. Least favorites, 5, Night Mayor, 4, Powerpuff Bluff, 3, A Very Special Blossom, 2, Town and Out, 1, Toast of the Town. Dagan Yu asks, when did you think of the moment where Boogeyman says, "It ain't no step for a stepper"? That was pretty cool. Your local Sesame Street fan guy asks, what is your opinion on the 2006 revival series for the characters? For the most part, I didn't like them. The take on Mojo Jojo was okay, especially the clips I've seen from their take on A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Clever Hilarious 20 asks, who was your favorite of the three? Bubbles. Enough said. Janet Pax 531 asks, what is your reaction to Mojo Jojo turning giant in the movie? That scene was pretty creepy when I first saw it, especially with how mangled he looked. How did you take the news of Tom Kane, Professor Utonium, and Hin's VA passing away? I felt pretty down about that at first, and I did hug my mom for comfort. But I do feel a little better knowing he had a chance to see Kathy Cavadini, Tara Strong, and E.G. Daly one last time, and he's no longer in any physical mortal pain. Brian Choke asks, even though Sarah Bellum was a great curly-haired lady, did you see the episode where her face was shown briefly? I did, yes. I even brought up the fact in the Powerpuff Girls Represented I posted on a previous Whatever Wednesday. Crane Productions 27 asks, could you see the show work as a live-action film? If so, why? Honestly, not really. The show works better animated, especially with their powers and all of the villains they face. Is there a character you're not fond of in the show? I would say Mitch Mitchelson, one of the students of Pokeoke's kindergarten. He's annoying, troublesome, and a straight-up bully. Not just to Elmer's glue, but also to the class hamster, Twiggy. Who would you say is your favorite voice actor in the cast? Oh, there are a lot of amazing voice actors in the series. Kathy Cavadini, E.G. Daly, Tara Strong, Tom Kane, Tom Kenny, Roger L. Jackson, Jennifer Hale, Jennifer Martin, and so much more. Thanks for your questions. And so once a day, the questions were answered, thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.